All right, brothers and sisters, April the 4th, 2013. I think you're going to find this article very interesting. It comes from the Times of Israel. Now, I'm sure all of us often have wondered, what did the people really look like in the time of Jesus 2,000 years ago? And back 6,000 years ago, back to the time of Moses and the Old Testament. Now, what archaeologists have done, they have recovered the skulls from the time period 6,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, and they have, through forensic science, reconstructed the faces. Now, this gentleman here, this skull that has been reconstructed, dates back 6,000 years. This skull that has been reconstructed dates right back to the time of Jesus. This person may have known Jesus and walked with Jesus. And I believe this reconstruction right here, this woman was a Philistine dating back to the times of the Old Testament. Let me bring you a little bit of the story. I know I've often wondered, what did they really look like? 4 faces reconstructed by scientists from ancient skulls for a new TV series were displayed Thursday in Jerusalem. The lifelike faces, fashioned from clay by a Canadian forensic artist, are based on the skulls of 4 people whose remains were unearthed in Israel. They include a male, perhaps a hunter, who lived 6,000 years ago and was buried in a Judean desert cave going back to the time of the Old Testament. A baby interred inside a vase underneath a Jordan Valley house in the same period. A woman thought to be a Philistine who lived on the coast near Ashkelon 3,000 years ago, and a Galilean male who lived 2,000 years ago at the time of Jesus. The 4-part series, Biblical Forensics, Real Faces of the Bible, will have its first screening on Canadian television this weekend. The skulls were reconstructed for the show by an Israeli forensic anthropologist, Israel Hershkovitz of Tel Aviv University, with the help of technicians using 3D imaging equipment. Victoria Linwood, the forensic artist, then produced clay renderings of what the 4 might have looked like when they were alive. The reconstructed faces, which Linwood called facial approximations, in a nod to the rather inexact business of drawing conclusions about a face based only on a skull, are made in the exact same manner that you would use if you found unidentified skeletal remains and the police needed to identify the person, she said. Even though these are archaeological reconstructions, they've been done in the same manner as we would use to identify people, so that relatives could possibly help give a name to the skeleton, Linwood said. Look at this. Now, this person, dating back, I believe, 3,000 years, or the time of 2,000 years, time of Jesus, a Philistine, looks like someone you would pass on the street today. Amazing. I'll put the link to this below. And here is a young baby that they have reconstructed the facial features. The Philistine, and this person dating back to the Old Testament time, 6,000 years ago. And a Galilean. This gentleman with the reconstructed face may have even known Jesus. Leave me comments, everyone. I find this very interesting. I love stuff like this because I really always wondered, what did they look like? What do the people that we read about in the Bible, what did they really look like? It's making the Bible come to life. Leave me comments, everyone. God bless.